Hello, and welcome to Theje's YouTube. Today I'm going to perform a review of Asus's G50vt X5 laptop. I wanted to do a review like this for some time because I've been looking for a good in-depth video review on the internet of this laptop, and I've yet to find one. And after using this particular laptop for about 3 months now, I feel that I have some pretty good insights that I can share to help inform you about buying this inexpensive gaming laptop. First and foremost, this laptop is no longer available at Best Buy, where it was originally sold, but you can find them on eBay for about $750, and also at Tiger Direct, I hear. I don't want to spoil too much about my review, but overall I feel this is a very capable gaming machine, barring the sacrifices you'll have to make compared to other mainstream laptops that aren't equipped for gaming. Well, let's go ahead and dive right in, shall we? The first thing you'll notice about the Asus is the flames on the back. I think they're gaudy. And if a language was invented that translated this image into words, it would read, "Steal me." MSI's approach was better with their similarly equipped gaming laptop that was plain as could be with a standard screen size. It also had a faster processor, and it'll cost you roughly $200 more. Granted, you can find one. And I'm not going to comment on the lights. Let's look at the connections, shall we? Right in the front, we see that there's a wireless LAN switch and an infrared port, which is as useful as a floppy drive. Honestly, who uses infrared, and how much do we end up paying for it? Moving along to the right-hand side, we have 2 USB ports, the audio inputs, and a LightScribe-capable DVD burner. At the back of the laptop, you'll find the protruding 9-cell battery, upgraded from the 6-cell of the X1, a lock slot, another USB port, the AC adapter connection, and a network connection. It also has a modem port hole, but Asus decided that it would be so useful that it's not included. But to save money on chassis design among their other laptops, it's there. But at the same time, it isn't. With the left side of the laptop, you'll get what I like to call the rest, like VGA out, a vent, one more USB port, an antenna that I still have no idea what's good for, if anything, FireWire, eSATA, HDMI out, a card reader, and oddly enough, an express card slot, which I find better use for as a holder for my Sony sticks and SD cards. I suppose it's included so you can use a sound card, but if you're skipping on your budget to get this laptop, you most likely aren't going to use one. Do note that there is no Bluetooth, which is handy for when you have a Bluetooth-compatible mouse, and not handy when you try to use it for anything else. So, don't worry about it too much. It's also handy to point out that there is no S-video out, meaning no connection to a tube television. Not through any simple method, that is. On to the top. The keyboard is terrible. So many keystrokes will go unnoticed if you're not careful. Your most accurate typing speed will be halved by this keyboard due to the danger of missed keystrokes. Typing out a research paper on this laptop will be a pain in the butt. At least it has a 10-key numpad. That almost makes up for it. Moving up, we see the ever-so-subtle Asus Republic of Gamers LED display. After tinkering around with it for as little time as I have, I found that the most convenient thing to do is to turn it off completely. Moving right, we have the standard hard drive, numlock, and caps lock lights, followed by Asus's own touch-sensitive buttons, which look very good while the laptop is on, then look very bad when the laptop is off, thanks to the leftover fingerprints. Then of course there's the end all frustration button that helps with all the aforementioned issues. No gripes about the touchpad. It works well, though the buttons could be a little more quiet, and the best thing about it is you can turn it off, which I love. All laptops should be able to do that. Let's talk about the screen. What I read on written reviews is that there's quite a bit of bleed and bad contrast, but what I notice is that it's bright, and the lights don't fade on the bottom. I don't give a hoot about contrast, and it's easy enough to find a comfortable viewing angle, so to hell with it. Though the screen resolution is low at 1366 by 768, it's still a 16:9 ratio, which I guess also means HD. That is, when you watch a widescreen DVD movie, there won't be any of those annoying black bars on the sides of the screen. In games, it's easy to notice the jaggies, but at least the picture is sharp at that resolution, and your frame rates are better compared to similarly equipped laptops with higher resolution screens. Plus, it's only about $750, so what can you expect? There's always anti-aliasing anyway. Anti-aliasing. The speakers on this laptop are nothing special. The sound that comes out of them is practically non-existent on the base level, though the clarity is nice. Don't expect too much volume on them either. Also, when you're adjusting the volume level using the function buttons, there's a pretty little graphic that plays and then fades away. It's cool if you're browsing the web, but if you're playing games or watching movies, it flickers rapidly, and if you click in the vicinity of the graphic, it'll cut out of your game or movie. It gets annoying. The same thing happens when you raise and lower the screen brightness or toggle the touchpad. Enough of the outside. Let's get inside this beast. What I love about this laptop is that everything is accessible. That's where the 2.13 GHz Intel Core 2 Duo P7450 is, the chipset, the fan, the wireless adapter, which works great, of course the 4 gigs of DDR2 800 memory, not like you'll need to add any anytime soon, and even the NVIDIA 9800M GS graphics card with 512 megabytes of DDR3 VRAM. That card alone ensures that you can play the latest games wherever you go. Thanks to its included 64 shader units, you can game as well as the 9600 GT desktop graphics card, which is not too shabby. Moving over to the right, we have the included 320GB, 7200 RPM SATA hard drive, and an empty slot next to it where you can put another one. Just be sure that you first get another hard drive caddy from Asus. That will set you back about $20. Money-grubbing bastards. Do note that the CPU can be replaced, but the video card cannot. I guarantee the video card will still last you another couple of years, and if you find that your laptop runs too slow, you can always put in a different CPU to help speed things up. There are also solid-state hard disks available, which can facilitate the same purpose. Also, don't forget that replacing the CPU will automatically void your Asus warranty. As far as battery life is concerned, don't game on battery power alone. It doesn't work like that. Technically, this is a desktop replacement notebook. The terms gaming and battery life are oxymorons. Otherwise, the battery should last you a little under 2 hours if all you're doing is web surfing and typing out your homework. The bottom line is, if you're an avid gamer that wants to get rid of his desktop and move on to something more portable that's still pretty capable, by all means go ahead and get this laptop. If you're into graphic design, you'd be better off with a different manufacturer that puts real keyboards and higher resolutions in their laptops. If you're just a student, there's too much laptop here for you to handle. Get something lighter that doesn't produce as much heat. Weighing in at about 7 pounds, this notebook will put a strain on your shoulder when you carry it around campus. I could talk all day about how well this laptop games, but I already have another featured video that actually shows you. So without further ado, here's another one.
Devils and keep it alive. Sounds like just stuck on the no hellish for angels, the witches and devils. No need to be civil, the witches and devils.